Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming transit of planet Mercury, which on July 8th will transit the sign of Cancer, and from July 8th till July 24th, it's going to be transiting in the Cancer sign. So guys, as you know that Mercury becomes very important planet in Vedic astrology in our life, because Mercury represents communication, it represents speculation, travel and tour. And if you actually want to understand how good of a multitasker you are, you have to see the strength of Mercury in your natal chart. How we break down information and make any understanding out of it, that is Mercury's department. So guys, definitely whenever Mercury transit the sign of Cancer, it is not a very conducive placement, because definitely let's first look at the benefic side of this transit. So definitely if you are an artist, you are a creative person, or even if you are working as a journalist as well, like a lot many times when you have to communicate emotions through your words, like no matter in which end you are in, whether you are a speaker or you need to break down some information, you need to take the interviews of people and all of that. So over there, because Mercury's influence on Cancer can be seen as a very conducive energy for even like expressing yourself with emotions. But when we talk about breaking down information, taking some right set of rational decision, over there Mercury's influence on Cancer tend to remain a question mark. Now definitely guys, that is the only reason. Cancer is a sign, even the planet of aggression and energy, even Mars goes through debilitation whenever it is transiting in the Cancer sign. Now you do not want those kinds of army and military personnel defending your borders who, while shooting or targeting their enemy, are driven by their emotions. Oh my god, how can I kill this person? He might have his family, he might have his obligations. And same is the case, like if Mercury represents your business acumen, your business decision making. So I'm very much sure that you must be aware that in lot many businesses, how good of a negotiator you have to be. Even like it's not only the case that when you go to a flea market, over there with the vendors you have to bargain for the right price. This kind of negotiation skills are required higher up on the business circles as well. So definitely guys, Mercury's influence on the Cancer could be very good for the artist, for the creative people, expressing your emotions, your feelings rationally with the logics and all. But when it comes down to in general, this is a sensitive transit. And also guys, for all those people who always in a dilemma while taking any important decision, they always get crushed between their logic with their emotions, or you have any of the concerns of anxiety or depression or feeling fearful and all of that. So over there during this transit, if it is taking place in certain houses basis your lagna, you have to be careful. So, and guys, whenever it comes down to any of the remedies connected with the planet Mercury, so I generally advise that first of all, keep your terms very healthy, very wise with your sister, with your aunts and all. This could be maternal aunts and the paternal aunts as well. Along with that, feeding pigeons can be considered. Donating some money to the eunuchs on the Wednesday could be considered. And worship of Lord Vishnu, like specifically listening to the Lord Vishnu's Sahasranam, and on Wednesday offering Durva at Lord Ganesha's temple, offering Modak at Lord Ganesha's temple can be considered as one of the best remedy for dealing with the energy of Mercury. Definitely guys, you do not, this could be a very small phase of transit, but you do not want to get entangled in any controversy that driven by your emotions. You are a spokesperson on a very important seat and you tweeted something which kind of become a epicenter of all the controversy, or while on an important meeting, while negotiating any important deal, driven by your emotions, overwhelmed by your emotions, you took some wrong decision. So you have to be very careful when Mercury is transiting in the Cancer sign. Guys, now we will start our discussion customized to all the lagnas. So guys, for the Aries Lagna natives, it is not a good news, because first of all, Mercury is not a very favorable auspicious planet for you. All other areas of your chart right now look like to be in a very strengthened state. Saturn is definitely transiting in one of the best houses of your chart, in the 11th house. Mars and Venus are already transiting in your 5th house of your intellect. So overall planets are in a good state, but it's only the transit of Mercury in your 4th house might make you a little bit vulnerable, like feeling conflicted while taking any important decision. And also guys, if you are already going through any sort of concerns of depression, going through any loss, recovering from any trauma and all of that, so this entry of Mercury in the Cancer in your 4th house could be a difficult energy to deal with or to handle. So opting for the remedies of Mercury which I just advised during this small phase will become very important for all the Aries Lagna natives. Now guys, for all the Taurus Lagna natives, so definitely guys, in your case, Mercury becomes a very auspicious planet because it has got the rulership over your 2nd house of your finances and your 5th house of your intellect, artistic, creative, self-expression. And Mercury is going to be transiting in your 3rd house. So again guys, it all comes down to individual to individual. Like when we talk about the 3rd house, where Mercury has got a very strong affinity with, Mercury actually gets very potent, very powerful whenever either it is placed in the 3rd house or it is transiting from the 3rd house. And during this time, you will have the right set of energy, you will have the right set of gusto or drive or motivation, but driven by your emotions or feelings, you do not want to end up taking some wrong decision, because all sort of communication within the neighborhood, anything to do with initiating some new plans and all of that, your strategies, your goals and all, we generally attached with the 3rd house. So guys, my recommendation to the Taurus Lagna natives during this time is that if you have to take any important decision where the big chunk of money is involved, dealing with new people is involved, uncertainty is involved, you're about to start some new venture where you're not very sure of. So I would say that reaching out to people around you, taking their expert opinion, or if you're not sure, just pausing for a minute, reflecting on it, then acting on it is something which I want to advise to all the Taurus Lagna natives. But definitely guys, for all the artists, for all the performing artists and all of that, or the writers, poets, musicians and all, this could be the best transit of Mercury in your 3rd house. Now guys, for all the Gemini Lagna natives, so guys, in your case now, as you can see that Mercury becomes your ascendant lord, and now it is going to be transiting in your 2nd house. So that in itself tells about that your whole focus, your whole energy is going to be traveling and going to be focused in the matters of the 2nd house. Now guys, beyond doubt, Mercury's transit in the Cancer is not always a very good energy, but only in certain cases this could be beneficial for you. Like let's say for example, if you are in a food business, you are in a travel and tour business, you are in dairy business and all of that, then I would say that making use of your logics or your problem solving skills, negotiation skills, bargaining skills and all of that, and putting it in the nature of business connected with the 2nd house can actually prove to be fruitful. But guys, because 2nd house also tells about your finances as well. 2nd house also tells about your connections with the immediate people around you as well. So I would say guys that let's say for example, if in your immediate family environment you're already going through some issues, some conflicts and all, so this could make things go worse. That is one red flag. Second thing is that I would still say that if you have to take any important financial decision, so if you kind of find yourself very emotional or you are very empathetic, not a very strong negotiator, or negotiating, bargaining is not your strong forte, so my recommendation is that take someone else with you to help you, or reach out to other people for taking their opinion and all of that. So that is all guys I can say. And in lot many times it has also been seen that people suddenly make their past attached emotions a reason while taking any important decision. So like let's say for example, you faced failures in the past business dealings, or you have been betrayed in the past business dealings and all, and during this time you have to deal with the similar people, you have to be in the similar situation. So do not let your past trauma, past bad experiences or emotions to reflect while dealing in the fresh environment or with the fresh people. Now guys, for all the Cancer Lagna natives. So definitely guys, in your case, Mercury is going to be coming right over there in your first house. So guys, as you can see that in your case, Mercury is not a very auspicious planet. It has got the rulership over your third house and the 12th house, and it is going to be transiting in your first house. So guys, one thing is for sure that because it hardly matters that what is the state and nature of the planet over there. I already mentioned this thing. Mercury in the Cancer is not always bad. It all comes down to your occupation, your aspiration, your line of work. So lot many things goes into play, and whatsoever planet comes in the first house, somehow it influences our personality. So I would say that if your any of the interests are aligned with the foreign land, import export, travel, or connected with spirituality and all, this could be a very good time for you. And also guys, because that planet is transiting from your first house, so during this time, if you have to negotiate any deal, you have to give any presentation, you have to multitask, yeah, like you're already in a very high pressure job and you kind of gave up because of the pressure and all, so suddenly being able to come up with a solution or shortcuts to make your life easier is something which I can say for all the Cancer Lagna natives. And also guys, any of the, see, I cannot give you a go ahead for very like any of your short trip or business trip are going to be very harmonious, very successful, but any of the travel or short trip undertaken with an intention of therapy, rejuvenation, relaxing yourself will prove to be very fruitful when Mercury is transiting from your first house. Now guys, for all the Leo Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can see that Mercury becomes a very important planet, both the houses of your finances, of your livelihood and all. Like rather guys, this is one thing which I want to say to all the Leo Lagna natives, like for you guys, because the kind of role which Mercury plays for you, if you can make it a habit for the life, it hardly matters what dasha is active right now or not, that offering Durva in Lord Ganesha's temple every Wednesday and listening to Lord Vishnu Sahasranam every day, you will never find any difficulty in your financial goals or in your financial aspiration, the kind of role which Mercury plays specifically for you. So yes guys, in your case, during this time, Mercury is in a kind of a conflicted situation being transiting in your 12th house. So remedies will become very important, will be needed during this time. Now guys, when we talk about result, so this is just telling all about that you have to be careful while taking any important financial decision. You have to be very careful while signing any deals, signing any agreement, signing any lease, or even if you are in a situation where you are dealing with new people, in new projects, in new environment. And I would also say guys that during this time, even if you have to go on any important business related trip or any of the important travel connected to your business and all of that, so be very cautious, be very careful, because the kind of combination which Mercury is now making in your 12th house, so it is the energy of getting lost, being confused, losing out your stuff, or you know, being deserted or stranded. So it's not a very positive energy. So if any of those travel and trips you will plan during this time, be very cautious, be very careful. You just want to be focusing on your goals. You want to feel rejuvenated, relaxed. You do not want to end up finding yourself in a more perplexed and more conflicted situation. So the energy, the way it is going to be turning out to be, so a lot of perplexing and conflicting situation which Leo Lagna native might have to encounter during this time. Definitely guys, a lot is dependent on how your dashas are responding to it, but stand alone looking at Mercury's placement, its contribution, its transit, caution needs to be followed. Now guys, for all the Virgo Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can fairly see over here, that it's the transit of your ascendant lord, which means that all of your energies, your focus will go in the matters of the 11th house where your ascendant lord is going to be transiting. So yes guys, when we talk about anything to do with the art and creative endeavors, or even if it has to do something with the travels or making some new connections and all of that, or even for the public speaking, I'm not seeing you guys vulnerable, because like the way I have already mentioned this thing, Mercury in the Cancer, a lot many times people are able to disseminate or express their emotions attached with their words as well. So regarding that front, this could be a good news. The only thing is that guys, if you are in that conflicting situation, or you have to close any of the important deal or negotiate any deal, bargain any deal, or let's say for example you're already going through some lawsuit and all of that. So all those situations, people, work, projects which are heavily invested on logics, on negotiation and all, so over there you have to be very cautious, you have to be very careful. But again guys, like the way I mentioned this thing, that if your 10th house lord is going in the 11th house and ascendant lord is going in the 11th house, that in itself tells that for all those people who are entitled or who are awaiting any promotion, any recognition for your work, any of the mass support and kind of receiving some good response from your created work, your created content and all of that, the energy or the transit of Mercury seems to be favorable. Now guys, for all the Libra Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can see that when it comes down to the role of Mercury is a most auspicious planet for you, carrying the rulership over your 9th house and also the 12th house. So anything and everything to do with the spirituality and the travels in your case is being taken care by the planet Mercury, who is going to be transiting in your 10th house. So yes guys, we say this thing that if in your line of work during this time any of the travel, if it will get materialized, it will prove to be profitable, or if you are in that stage where thinking about shifting to a new role or shifting to a new branch or joining at some new place, so things will prove out to be in your favor. The only thing is that guys, as much as this transit is good for you for making some strong emotional connections with people at your work front, same way it is not a very good energy if your nature of work or your line of work is heavily logic driven, there is a hardcore negotiation, bargaining is involved, or very fierce competition is involved, like very meticulous approach and working with the numbers and facts is required. So over there you have to remain a little bit cautious and careful when Mercury is going to be transiting in your 10th house. But I'm very much sure that a lot many Libra Lagna natives will be able to open up their heart while executing any of their duties, and if they have to give any presentation, any performances, anything to do with art, entertainment, creativity, mass media, over there this transit will prove to be a harbinger of good news. Now guys, for all the Scorpio Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can freely see over here that Mercury has got the rulership over your 11th house and the 8th house, and Mercury is not a very favorable planet for you. But guys, just because it is going to be transiting from a very auspicious trine house of yours, so good results can still be expected. So guys, to begin with, in any of those conflicting situations where you have hit the dead end and you were not being able to see any clarity, specifically in the matters of lawsuit and all of that, so some clarity or right set of mentorship, guidance coming to your aid and all of that, regarding that front, this could be a very auspicious transit. Second thing is that guys, like I would also say that even for making some good friends, being on travel, or kind of rejuvenating yourself through some travels and all, this could be a good transit for you. But guys, when we talk about all those line of work where you have to be very meticulous with the details, with the facts, with the numbers, where there is too much of the negotiation, bargaining, debating skills are required, so over there this could be a sensitive time, because Mercury is not a favorable planet. It is like kind of transiting in the Cancer, so everything which has to be which should be supporting logic is going against, because 9th house has got lot of philosophy, lot of kind of theology talks and all of that. Now imagine if someone is going through some bitter divorce or some bitter hardcore situation, and you're trying to put all the philosophy and all those things in that given point of time, person might not take it well. And same is the way guys, because Mercury in the Cancer, many times we end up speaking out things in the gust of emotions. So overall guys, I would say that all those people who are in these kind of sensitive and very meticulous, very kind of a demanding and very strict environment, they have to be careful. But for all those people who are in art, creativity, rejuvenating travel, therapy and all of that, this could be a good transit. Now guys, for all the Sagittarius Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, definitely as you can see that Mercury has got the rulership over your 7th house and the 10th house, and it is going to be transiting from your 8th house. So yes guys, during these couple of weeks you have to be very careful, because as you know that a lot many times when we talk about, people get misinterpreted. Like, if I am not wrong, this is the same story of one of the Indian politician, Rahul Gandhi. So I never doubt his intelligence, his charisma, or his kind of dedication towards the nation. The only concern is that he always get misinterpreted. And to be a public figure or being in politics, all what matters is no one has the time to read the whole article. Generally people go by the headline, and okay, you cannot say that the whole journalism and the media faculty is lobbying against him, but there is always a, you know, kind of a spark or fire for the smoke, right? So the point is, his speeches and his kind of work always get encapsulated with some ambiguous, misinterpreted kind of caption. So yes, when Mercury is transiting from your 8th house, you have to be very careful, you have to be very cautious when you are talking in any important situation. Second thing is that, guys, because over here your 10th house lord is going to be transiting from your 8th house and being in a vulnerable zone. So yes, guys, in this situation, I will not say that if anything goes wrong at your work front or even within your matrimonial life, destiny or universe is going to be responsible for that. It might be either your poor judgment or your misspoken words or misinterpreted kind of situations, circumstances and all. So be very careful at your work front while taking any important decision, while dealing with your bosses and all of that. And if you are in that situation where change or transition seems to be unavoidable, so my recommendation is at least take an expert advice from people around you, and doing all the remedies of the planet Mercury, which I discussed at the beginning of this video, will become very important. The only way this transit seems to be favorable is for people working in the fields of tax, insurance, revenue, astrology, occult. This could be beneficial for them. Capricorn Lagna natives. So definitely, guys, in your case, Mercury becomes a very auspicious planet. It has got the rulership over your 9th house of your Bhagya, and it has got the rulership over your 6th house of your work ethics, of your hard work, and it is going to be transiting right over there in your 7th house. So definitely, guys, out of all the Lagnas, for the Capricorn Lagna, Mercury is in a good state, where because of the support of the luck and all of that, some clarity in your ongoing matrimonial situation, or running into someone important, or taking some important steps at your business front as well. So definitely, guys, although Mercury in the Cancer is a vulnerable zone where our emotions overpower our logic, our negotiation, our kind of discriminatory intelligence and all of that, but still, because house is auspicious, Mercury in your case plays a very important role because of the rulership of the 9th house. So I would say that it's a good time for the Capricorn Lagna. No matter how busy you are, take out time for planning some short trip, short journey with your partner, or keep the channel of communication open, active. And yes, guys, I would say that the more socially active you will keep yourself, the better this transiting Mercury in your 7th house will give you results. Now, guys, for all the Aquarius Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Mercury definitely becomes a very important planet, and now it is going to be transiting from your 6th house. So definitely, guys, it's not only the one point which I'm seeing, but the way everything is responding. So 6th house is a vulnerable zone. In your case, Mercury, although is a favorable planet because of the rulership of the 5th house as well, but because it has got the rulership over the 8th house as well. So yes, guys, for the Aquarius Lagna natives, this is a kind of energy where lot many people get overpowered, overwhelmed, get tired out of the pressure at their job. Like suddenly things will drain you a lot, and in lot many situation you might be in this inner mental emotional turmoil while deciding anything or while taking any important call. So guys, I would say that if you are in that leadership role where you have a big team who reports to you, so how you deal, how you conduct, how you behave, everything will become very important. Like driven by or overwhelmed by your emotions, you do not want to end up taking those steps which will later on become a matter of concern. Second thing is that, guys, definitely for all those people who are already going through issues of anxiety, restlessness, because see, we cannot even overlook this fact that a very heavy planet is right now retrograde right over there in your first house, your ascendant lord Saturn. Over and above that, Mercury being in this situation in your sixth house. So my recommendation for couple of weeks from Mercury's point of view is that take only those much things on your platter which you can handle, which should not drain you too much of your energy. And I would say that some sort of therapy, spa, relaxing short trips with the family and loved ones is very much needed to avoid the burnout kind of situation for all the Aquarius Lagna natives. And lastly guys, for the Pisces Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Mercury has got the rulership over your 4th house and the 7th house, and it is going to be transiting in your 5th house. So guys, as you know this thing that Mercury's transit in the 5th house is always a very good news for the students or for the artists and creative people and all. And guys, you have to understand this thing that Mercury's influence on Cancer is not only good for expressing your words with emotions, but also a lot many times deep within your memory, all those things which are hidden, which are encrypted, many times they also come on the surface as well. So yes guys, I only have good things to say for that feel good factor, engaging in those extracurricular activities. This could be by yourself, this could be with your children, acquiring some new skill and all of that. So overall, it's a very rejuvenating, therapeutic transit of Mercury in the 5th house for all the Pisces Lagna natives. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for this upcoming transit of Mercury. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.